Hello everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have Game of Thrones the card game 2nd edition, and we're in round 2 of the Just Games Game of Thrones Store Championship 2016, held in Rochester, New York. If you haven't seen the first round video, go back and check that out. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We definitely have more videos coming up from this series. I believe we have 4 rounds of Swiss, then a cut to top 4, so we got a couple games there from the elimination rounds, including the finals. So make sure you're here to check those out. And the players we have on the left are myself, and it looks like I just started with a Noble Cause plot. And on the right we have JJ, and he's also flipped Noble Cause, and he's playing House Tyrell, Lords of the Corssing, and I am playing Lannister, Banner of the Rose. My Store Championship deck of choice.
You go first.
And it looks like I've declared him to go first after I've won the dice rolling there to break the tie for initiative. And I've started with Randall Tarley, a Lannisport merchant, and a garden caretaker. He has started with, looks like, a Courtesan of the Rose under the glare there, a Rattleshirt's Raiders, and a Hedge Knight. And his location there, I believe, is a Rose Garden, the Ian faction reducing location.
Heal a Rose Garden, play another.
It looks like he's using that Rose Garden to play another one.
I guess I don't even need to do that. Play Marjorie for free.
Nice.
Oh, actually, I see what he did there. He played it. He knelt it to reduce Marjorie on Noble Cause, and he had a second Rose Garden there now to use if he'd like. And Syrio Forel.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
And he's passed marshalling over to me now. And it looks like he's held back no gold. And I've collected my 5 gold, played a Rose Road as my limited. And we got a Brothel Madam. So his Syrio, Rattleshirts, and Hedge Knights, all with their military icons, and possibly anyone else on the table who's going to get military and stealth from Syrio, is not going to matter with the Brothel Madam. And I got my own Marjorie on the table now, which was great with Randall, to allow him to stand when his strength is raised, if I'd like.
3 gold for this guy.
Okay.
And I believe that's a Seal of the Hand played on Marjorie, so I'm going to get some extra use out of her, which in turn should get some extra use out of Randall.
No military for me,
I
unfortunately.
usually see those two when I get them early in the game like this. I see those two rush
It's not good.
to the win a lot quicker, so we may see a pretty quick game here if they get going, and the opponent is not able to stop them. With that renown on Randall, he can stack it up fast, especially when his strength gets buffed twice in the round. He can be used on defense nicely and on offense as a big beat stick and gain that renown quick. So let's see what JJ chooses to do for challenges here. Knowing he can't do military, if I remember to trigger the Brothel Madam there.
I will
It
give
is optional, so it can be forgotten.
Marjorie.
Make sure
military icon
make sure you and your opponent give yourselves times to do those actions and reactions to the start of challenges.
Free challenge, stealthing through Marjorie.
3.
So it looks like he used Syrio to give Marge a military icon in stealth.
I'll try to trigger this.
And he was doing an intrigue challenge there, stealthing Marjorie. So I've decided to use the Brothel Madam to buff her with Marjorie. I probably have a card in my hand or 2 that I do not want to lose right now.
And I guess that's it for my turn.
This is why I'm protecting it so aggressively. So we've stood Marjorie, so we got 1 use out of her. We could still use her once with Randall if we'd like.
Military challenge.
So it sounds like I'm going in with a military challenge with Randall. 5 strength right now.
Opposed for 2.
Okay.
And it looks like he blocked with the Hedge Knight, but loses, and the Hedge Knight has chosen his claim, and Randall will gain his renown. And here we go. I think Marjorie's going to be no.
Gonna go intrigue.
Nope, Marjorie's just going to be used for an intrigue instead of buffing Randall. Since he has no power on his house card, I don't see a point in doing a power challenge. But I do want to hit that hand, and Marjorie was the only intrigue icon I had standing, so it made sense for me to go in with the intrigue. In my mind, at least. And I grab a pleasure barge, so not only do I steal the card out of his hand, but in my mind, I just stole 3 more he would have drawn next round. Or the round after.
5 cards first.
So it's always good to see that. That's huge card advantage right there. That's like icing on the cake. One of the best intrigue pulls in my mind. I just want to apologize. My voice is very crackly. I woke up not too long ago and tried to do a video here before I run to a game night kit tournament. So I apologize if my voice is a little crackly, but maybe it's a little deeper and more sensual than normal. And maybe you enjoy that. Just messing with you. Don't unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe. I'm just joking. Alright, but thanks a lot, guys, for all your support. I expect some troll comments on this video for what I just said. Alright, here we go. The next plot's Noble Cause flipped on my side, so I am playing 2 in my deck. And at this time, I don't think I am anymore, but sometimes I throw it in there depending on how the meta is going. And then JJ flipped a summons there, so we're tied again on initiative. Because we both have 1 power.
I will choose.
It looks like I won the dice roll again.
I will go. Yeah, I'll go first.
So I chose myself to go first this time. I'm going to try to put some pressure on him. And JJ, I don't know what you're doing, man, putting magic sleeves on Game of Thrones cards. You were raging me when I saw that. No, I'm just joking. But yeah. Crazy guy. So it looks like he grabbed Knight of Flowers there for his summons. So having Brothel Madam out there, I'm just realizing is pretty harsh against Lord of the Corssing deck that's trying to get 3 challenges, you know, to get to that 3rd challenge, to get the +2 strength, to gain that extra power. And usually that challenge that they're trying to get the +2 strength on for each of their characters, they probably have a win more event in their hand, like the, you know, like a support of the people or put to the sword, where they got to win a challenge by so many strength. And when you're able to limit them down to only 2 challenges, that is huge. So the opponent usually is going to start saving a gold now for Brothel Madam in this case, so that they can pay, because losing a gold is usually not as hard as, you know, destroying their agenda bonus. So I'm basically going to start choking him by a gold now, and if he starts playing pleasure barges, he's really going to have an economy problem in my mind. So I'm okay with him paying a gold to do that military challenge, but that just means he's going to be putting less on the board, which I'm also fine with. So it looks like I got Tyrion and Cersei out on the board there.
Dupe Marjorie. No, 3.
And he was able to play his Knight of Flowers. He grabbed those summons. And I think a dupe on Marjorie there, under that giant white light of glare.
Alright. Okay.
She is the probably the best 3-coster in the game. Maybe next to the Hound, in my opinion, right now. But that's probably why she's has the holy light coming from her right now, because she's just that awesome. I don't know why mine's not doing it though. Doesn't make any sense. So it looks like I'm going in with an Intrigue of 4 to start with Cersei, who gets an extra claim during Intrigue challenges in which she's participating. And Tyrion's earning me some gold there. So he's doing what I did last round, using a 2-strength Chud and buffing it up with Marge. Forcing me to use my Marjorie to buff my Cersei. And we're going to drop a Tears of Liss on the Knight of Flowers. And you could hear in JJ's voice there. You got it. Just so defeated in his voice. It's not great. You summons the character, you barely afford to get him out, and then he gets thrown to the dead pile. I'm sure Syria was a target before Knight of Flowers hit the board, but Knight of Flowers, I believe, is the better option, especially with Marjorie out there. So it looks like a military challenge with Tarly. 5 strength at the moment. Marjorie is standing again due to the seal of the hand. I love putting that attachment on her. Love it. Sometimes you can even use it to buff herself, stand her, and then use her to attack or defend, and the opponent never sees it coming. But yeah, I think she's a great target for seal of the hand. Especially when you could like buff the same character twice, put him +6, buff 2 separate characters. I mean, her ability is so amazing. And just amplifying that is oh, the bee's knees.
Power of 1.
Alright, unopposed.
And it looks like I snuck through an unopposed power challenge there. And I'm now up to 4 power. It's not going as quickly as I thought, but I'm playing a little safer. Not just going nuts with Marjorie, buffing Tarly over and over again. But so claim to Garden Caretaker there for the military challenge. I'm not sure if he paid my Brotham at him, but I'm assuming he did there. I'm sure you guys have caught that. I forgot already from the start of the round if he did or not, but he probably did. I wouldn't assume he would have had enough money. Yeah, he definitely did. If he reduced with the 2 locations there, and he would have been able to play the Knight of Flowers and have an extra gold at least. So. So on to round 3. Let's see what plots we flip this time. Does he have Wildfire? No, he's going to play Call on the Banners, take advantage of my high amount of characters on the board, and I throw down a Summons. Probably just had no other plots I really felt like playing at the time. Probably thought a Wildfire was coming. Figured let's dig for someone else big to throw down after the Wildfire. Since I was probably about to lose, you know, Cersei. Could maybe grab another Brotham at him because I'd probably kill her. Yeah, of course I'd kill her. After Wildfire, I would definitely keep Randall, Marjorie, and Tyrion. But yeah, so throwing down a Summons is usually good on those turns. And there is Tywin grabbed from the Summons. But yeah, throwing down a Tywin after a Wildfire would be beautiful, but I'd have to be holding a King's Road at that point, and let's see if I am or not. I do have the in-house reducer, a Rose Road. So I'm technically at 6 gold right now for a Lannister character. But I need one more. Do I have an in-house Western Fiefdoms? This looks like JJ's going first, collecting the gold from his plot in Rose Road. we have the Mander and Highgarden. Both amazing locations. So with the Highgarden, he can spend a gold, Neil Highgarden, to bounce out an attacking character. You can use this on offense, which is great with Lord of the Crossing, to be able to overcommit, you'd think, and then pull someone out and then use him for another challenge. Kind of give him that ability like Asha from the Stark Wolves of the North box that just released. Or you can use it to bump out the opponent's attacking characters to save your bacon in a challenge you don't want to lose, or make sure they don't get that put to the Sword or Tears of Liss off that you're worried about. But yeah, great location. And the Mander will help him draw cards when he wins challenges by 5. And it looks like I got my own Sirio on the table now. So Tywin is in hand, so gotta protect that hand. But I have enough intrigue out there that I should be fine. But I gotta watch out. He's got his own Sirio, so he could give stealth to an intrigue character and stealth Cersei or Marge. But Marge's ability kind of makes her stealthing her kind of pointless. So looks like I'm gonna do my Sirio action there on Randall Tarley.
He cannot be stealthed through, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So it looks like I'm trying to play defense here with Randall, so that he can't just stealth through him, and I can use him to block a couple challenges to gain renown, and then use my other characters on the offense.
3 or less. Those 2 damage.
It looks like I have about 5 cards in hand, so maybe 6.
Military
But
for 4.
definitely a little worried about Tywin getting hit in the hand. But
I will
as long as my board stays the way it is, I don't really need a Tywin. But
So these two
the lady,
makes sense.
yeah,
Okay.
stealth the girl.
Okay. 4.
Oh, right. Yeah. I just have to. Good thing I put in that extra.
so looks like I'm debating on defending here with Randall. Against his military challenge with the Rattleshirts and Sirio. And now with the Rattleshirts being in the challenge, there is the risk of the Seal of the Hand being discarded on my side due to the Rattleshirts Raiders ability.
I see what's going on now.
Looks like I just caught on to that. Good job, Rob. Wake up, buddy.
I will Neil Highgarden.
Isn't that attacker only?
Oh, yep, it is attack only. You are.
Oh, JJ. Buddy, I love you, man. But yeah, he just tried to use Highgarden to remove my character from the challenge, and I just had to point out that it's attacker only. He did mention that he whipped this deck together, I think the night before or the morning of, and it's his own version of Lord of the Crossing, not the one at the time that was people were putting online, but he made his own version quickly. So he's having a little trouble with it on the day, kind of figuring out how it was working, and but yeah. So that's a tell that he's not too familiar with Highgarden, hasn't played a lot with it, to not know that it's attacker only. But yeah, good on him though for experimenting. But I just don't, I personally don't believe in doing that for a tournament. Store Championship especially, regional, nationals, any of that kind of stuff. I bring what I basically had the most reps with and fairly decent win record with. Because you got to play those long days, long games. You just don't want to be sitting there trying to learn your own cards and mess up your own cards. That's how I look at it. I know some people, are just that good, play so much, play so many factions, know all the cards that they can build a deck the morning of, the night before, and they're fine. And they just get some good pairings, and they drive the deck really well, and catch things. But myself, it's in a game of endurance, and I try not to fry my brain out. So I like to play what I feel is tested, and that I can basically play with my eyes closed, or just I know my characters and what they all do, my cards, what they all do, just by looking at the art on them, basically.
Block and oppose.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually.
So JJ's up to 2 power now, and I'm at 5. And he's coming in with an intrigue challenge here.
Intrigue for 4.
Trigger Tyrion.
Okay.
I get to do a second one after that. It's only a third challenge, just plus
Yes,
2,
it's
right?
only
So
your
even if you go,
third
okay.
challenge, yes.
Intrigue 4.
So I gotta overcommit here. Remember, I have Tywin hiding in my hand, so
Okay.
looks like I'm overcommitting, defending, blocking, but he's kneeling out his board, so I don't need much standing to come back and hit him. And remember, he named intrigue off of the Olenna's informant, so we have a second intrigue coming in here.
Trigger this.
Okay.
And defend with 3.
You got it.
So yeah, he tried to sneak, so this is his 4th challenge, so it was no bonus plus 2 strength on that.
Wait, so I can do it now.
So I just block it with the Marjorie, play it safe.
We'll start with intrigue.
And I'm gonna hit him back with an intrigue of 4 with Cersei, gaining 2 gold from Tyrion.
No reactions. No reactions.
Looks like I didn't gain the 2 gold on the last intrigue challenge. I know Tyrion is twice per round, so I probably just forgot on his second intrigue and then just did it on my own. So.
Or no, is he an 8? He's an 8. He's an 8. So no, he's 8. Okay, so I'm gonna seal, or sorry, to the sword. 0.
Okay.
So we didn't have any gold left for Highgarden to protect himself there, which was kind of sad. So Sirio is put to the sword and killed. He claims a garden caretaker for a military.
3. Oh, 6. I forgot about this guy. No, whatever.
And it looks like I take dominance. So I'm now up to 9 power to JJ's 2.
For 7.
I've already blown both my noble causes. I only have 1 Rose Road in play, but I have a Lannister merchant. Do I have a 5 gold plot here to play Tywin? Calm over Westeros? Nope, looks like I'm drawing. Counting coppers. Against heads on spikes. Oh man, he's trying to grab that Tywin. And he's making my plot go first.
That's what I
You
was
got some good options.
I don't know if that was the smart play.
Odds, but you got good options.
Because you know Tywin's in there. Oh, you got the tickler.
Oh, still a character.
Which is okay.
It's okay. Took a fall for the
I'm happy with that it's not Tywin. But I don't know why he made me draw cards. I don't think my hand was that big. And his odds of getting Tywin were pretty good. But he decided to let me put more cards in hand. Still got a character though. But
You said you were first, right? 'Cause you chose the plot.
Tywin is going to sit in my hand for another round, looks like. But I don't need him at this point, as like I said before.
Give 2. Spend 2. Play Paxter.
So Mini Tywin, aka Paxter Redwin, is now out on the board, giving plus 1 gold for the next round. And he reduces the cost of the first event you play by 1. And it looks like he's got 1 card left in hand, and sitting on 3 gold after that Marshal. And it looks like I collected 3 gold, 2 for my plot, 1 for my Rose Road. And it looks like I have a ton of cards in hand. And it looks like I'm saving all my money, not marshalling anything. There's the Brothel Madam trigger, he's going to pay it. Makes sense. So now I have 4 gold magically, so the Hound is already in you know, contention for jumping in without even using Tyrion gold, so... If I put to the sword, Tears of Bliss, Hand's Judgment, any of that stuff, it's all fueled now by that pile of gold. And 2 more gold out of that pile from the Intrigue Challenge on his side with Paxter and Olenna's Informant. 6 strength, I believe. Oh, actually, -1 on both of them because of his agenda. So it's actually 4, I think. Or no, he's 3 strength. Can't see under that glare. What's Paxter? He's a 3 strength. So it's 4, 3?
9.
Yeah, 3, and I'll block with Cersei. He'll buff with Marge. Yeah, looks like I just playing defensively, so I'm gonna block. I don't need Cersei standing for offense. He only has one card left in hand. But I do have to remember the Mander could start filling his hand pretty quick. And he's gonna pass on challenges. I'll trigger Marjorie, stand her up. Yeah, with Sirio, just looking at the board, with Sirio giving Randall stealth right now. We got Tyrion with stealth.
Okay.
And Renown. I could get to the win here.
Get him out of here.
So I just treachery'd his High Garden. He's trying to get Randall out of there. But it will not happen.
Anything else?
And a put to the sword.
Play this.
Okay.
Then we'll choose.
Should do something. Yeah, Rattle Shirts Raiders. So we're going to have an unopposed military go through. That's more power.
That was unopposed. Claimable 1.
But I guess it was unopposed already. You didn't declare any defenders. So I guess that didn't matter there. Maybe I should have done the Courtesan. But I do have stealth, so I don't really have to worry about his characters that are standing. Looks like I'm at 11 power.
Intrigue, stealth there.
So Intrigue Stealth with Tyrion. Tyrion's going to get 2 gold.
No fun things.
Unopposed.
Yep.
And no defenders, so we got a bonus up to 12 power. His only card, which is Lady Olenna. And it looks like Marge is going to buff Randall, standing Randall. And we got the power challenge, stealth, unopposed, which should get me an unopposed bonus. Steal a power and a renown, and that will be it. Getting me to the win before dominance. So it looks like I won. Thanks to JJ. JJ, you're an awesome dude. Met him at both Rochester tournaments I went to this year. Really nice guy, and it was good seeing him again. And thanks for playing on camera. Thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you for subscribing. Leave your comments below if you've noticed anything in the game you think should have been done differently. Or if there's anything I can do to make these videos better, just leave it below. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe.